Hello, it's Alex from the Xibo project, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the new day parting feature which comes as part of the Xibo 1.8 series. Day parts are a convenient way for you to label time ranges during a day and use those for scheduling purposes so that you don't have to set the same complex schedules over and over again. So we're going to have a quick look at an example of a cafe which is open for breakfast in the morning and then has a fixed menu for the rest of the day. So if I bring you over to the browser, you can see I'm already logged into the content management system, and we're first going to go to the day parting menu. So there's no day parts defined for you already. So the first thing we're going to do is define a day part for breakfast. So I'm going to click on add day part. I'm going to call it breakfast. And this place is going to start serving breakfast at 6 in the morning, and they're going to finish serving breakfast at 10 AM. And I'm going to hit save. And then their normal day menu, which I'm just going to call day, will start at 10 AM when breakfast finishes. And they're going to go through serving until 10 PM. So I just pick 10 AM to 10 PM and press save. So there we've defined our 2 day parts. Now what we're going to do is use those in a schedule. So I'm going to go over to the schedule page. You can see I've already picked a player at the top here, and I'm going to press on add event. So we want to schedule a campaign or a layout. We've got our player selected already, and in the day parting menu we'll now see we've got breakfast and day defined. So I'm going to pick breakfast, and it's going to ask me which day I want this schedule to start on. So I'm going to pick today, and I'm going to pick my breakfast menu layout, and I'm going to set it with priority 1, which means that it's a priority layout which will take precedence over any layouts that are defined without priority. Now if I was to hit save now, we would only have an event that lasted today. And what we want this to do is happen every single day. So when you're using a day parting based schedule, you will always need to have a repeat unless you want it to just happen the once. So I'm going to have this repeat daily, every one day, and I'm not going to put an end date, so it will just repeat forever. And press save. And here we can see starting today and going off into the future, there's now a priority event for breakfast. I'm going to do exactly the same for the day menu. So day, starting today, pick my day menu layout with priority, and I want it to repeat every day forever. Now when the cafe's shut, we might want to show something different. So I'm going to add an always schedule. Which says the place is closed, and I'm not going to set priority. And since it's an always schedule, we don't need any repeats. So you can see we've got our 3 schedules now defined. Let's flick over to the agenda view, and we'll see at midnight today, so the very start of the day, we're seeing our restaurant closed layout, and we're seeing that because that's set to run always with no priority. If we go forward to 6 AM, we see that the restaurant closed layout is still there and scheduled, but because it doesn't have priority, and because our breakfast menu layout does have priority, it's not shown, so that you've got a cross in the visible column here. And we'll see that today the breakfast menu is set to run between 6 AM and 10 AM. So if we go forward till, say, 8:15, we'll see exactly the same situation. We're still just seeing the breakfast menu. If we go forward till 10 AM, we'll see we've still got the restaurant closed, scheduled always, but not visible because it doesn't have priority. And instead we're now seeing the day menu layout with priority. And then if we go all the way forward till closing at 10 PM, we go back to our restaurant close layout. And if we go to tomorrow, we're going to see exactly the same things through the day. So what about if our restaurant had slightly different hours on a Sunday, for example? Say breakfast is later and in the day. Let's go back to our day parting and let's edit our breakfast day part and head over to the exceptions tab. So let's say on Sundays, breakfast doesn't start until 7 a.m. and finishes at 11 a.m. and save that. And let's say on a Sunday, our day menu starts at 11 a.m. and the restaurant maybe closes a little earlier at say 9:30 p.m. So let's save that in. Now let's go back to our schedule. And let's go forward to Sunday. So Sunday at midnight, we can see we've still got our restaurant closed. Let's go to 6 a.m. Restaurant still closed. Let's go to 7 a.m. And we can see the breakfast menu day part has brought that layout in at 7 a.m. until 11. So let's go to 10. We're still showing the breakfast menu. Let's go to 11. We swap to the day menu. And then let's go to 9:15, say. Still open. 9:30 and we're back to closed. So let's say then that the restaurant doesn't serve anything other than breakfast on a Sunday. Let's go back to our schedule. And then let's edit our day menu schedule. So currently we've got this repeating every day, but what we want to do is avoid having it repeat on a Sunday. So we're going to pick, instead of a daily repeat, a weekly repeat for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but not Sunday, every one. And now if we go back over to the agenda view, skip forward to Sunday, we should find breakfast starting at 7 till 11. Then let's say 11 o'clock, we go back to the closed layout. So you can see the day parting offers you a really flexible way to name portions of the day, and hopefully should simplify your scheduling, especially where you've got anything that uses regular repeating periods of the day. So for example, it might be very useful in schools, also when you're using anything like TV scheduling, or where you've got different footfall at different times of the day.